Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
This story is sponsored by Little River Medical Center. Well, today we are talking about stress, and I'm joined by Lindsay. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Talk to me a little bit about what you do here at Little River Medical Center.
Sure. I am a behavioral health counselor. I work in a primary care setting. We utilize the integrated approach, the integrated model of care, and I get to see so many patients I otherwise wouldn't be able to see.
Love that. So when we're talking about stress, I feel like a lot of people hear that word and we think, oh, well, I'm always going to be stressed. There's nothing I can do about it. You know, you come in.
Well, that's why I have a job.
Yes, exactly.
For most of us, we are always going to live with stress. If we're married, if we have kids, if we have a job, yeah, there is some level of stress. But there are different things we can do to minimize the impacts on our emotions, our physical health, and our overall quality of life.
Well, let's first talk about some of the warning signs that we should be looking out for if we are getting a little too stressed.
Difficulty maintaining relationships, you're cranky, you're irritable, you're not sleeping, you're not eating well, just that overall feeling of unwell.
Yeah, things just don't feel the same.
No, things just kind of take over in a negative way.
All right, so what can you do about it if you start to feel that way?
The first thing you should do is acknowledge that stress. What can I do to minimize this source of stress or make it go away completely? And if that is not at all possible, then that's where coping skills, that breathing techniques, calming techniques, grounding skills, mindfulness, exercise, paying attention to your lifestyle choices, all of that plays a part.
We all don't want to think about the fact that if we were to exercise a little more, sleep more, eat a little better, that we probably would feel a little better.
Absolutely, but let me ask you, in this crazy, busy life we all lead at this point, how easy is it to do all of those things every day?
For me, I'm going to be honest, it's extremely difficult. And I almost feel sometimes that it's too difficult. And I don't know if other people feel that way.
I'm sure we all feel that way. I feel that way. Yeah, so if we can just find one thing to slowly change, you may not be able to work out for an hour every day, but if you spend 15 minutes walking while listening to your favorite music or an audiobook, that's some self-care and exercise right there.
All right, let's talk about this. Obviously, with what you do, you are an advocate for people seeking counseling. But for somebody that has never gotten mental health counseling before, that can kind of be a big jump for them to make.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody who is considering it but not quite sure if they're ready yet?
That's a really good question. It is not what you see on Frasier.
That's a good point.
And it's okay if you come to a session, meet a therapist, and decide it's not for you, meaning you're not clicking with a therapist. This is an intimate relationship. You have to jive, you have to vibe well. And if a clinician is worth their salt, they're not going to be offended. So come in, meet someone, see how you feel, test the waters. If it doesn't work out, try someone else. But I'm willing to bet after 20 minutes, you're gonna forget how uncomfortable and nervous you are.
If somebody is kind of interested in taking that leap, what does that look like here at Little River?
So you can call and make an appointment. We do accept self-referrals, but I'm gonna let you know we are going to advocate for you to establish care with a medical provider, simply because we think it is incredibly important to bring all of the things together. So to bring all of the things together, your physical health and how we can help you achieve those goals, such as reducing your blood pressure or improving the diabetic symptoms you're experiencing, things like that, because it all plays a part in one another.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Man, am I excited. Guys, in the studio today, I actually have a magician with me, Lion Flood. How are you doing?
I'm well. I'm excited to be here and just to embrace all this positive energy.
Oh yeah, we're all about positive energy on Living Local Carolina. But I want to know more about you.
Okay.
How did you get into magic in the first place?
That is the age-old question, and to give you the short answer, so I'm a retired Marine veteran.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. And I was injured, and I was recouping in the hospital. I had about 4 knee surgeries and couldn't move, and so I needed something to do. And I picked up a book and started reading, and it made me smile. And I started learning magic tricks, and eventually they would bring patients in to the room, and I would do tricks for them, little card tricks. And then when I was able to be mobile in a wheelchair, they would wheel me to other patients' room, and it kind of snowballed.
way.
Yeah, and it just picked up from that and just took off.
What you got?
All right, so I love using senses when I perform, right? So in this one, we're going to use 2 senses, sight and sound. What I would like to do is attempt to place this coin inside the bottle, just like that. Now,
No way.
so, and it's going to happen very close up, right? And I'm going to do it on the count of 3.
Okay.
Right? So watch. And I'm going to do it slow so everyone can see it. 1, 2. You know, 3 days ago when I tried this trick, no I'm kidding. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Now, how on earth did he just do that? Y'all.
And you can hold your hand out. I want you to verify that's an actual coin. It's
Dude.
yes.
Okay, when I read that you're good at close-up magic, I wasn't actually quite sure what close-up magic was,
Oh.
but like to actually be in front of it and
Yes.
watch it happen, it's wild.
Yes.
That was crazy.
And that's probably
That's
the
difficult to
best,
do.
Yeah, it's probably the best thing I love about magic, because stage magic and all that's great.
The smoke and the
Yes.
mirrors and everything.
But to be inches from it and to
Yeah.
see it literally go from here to there,
Love
it's indescribable sometimes. That emotion. Thank you. Thank you.
I loved that. Oh, and I love magic too. Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today, I am so excited to be joined by Autumn, who is a massage therapist. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for having me today.
Absolutely. We're going to get some tips and tricks. She's obviously the expert when it comes to massage and taking care of yourself. But what are some things that you think our viewers need to be keeping in mind with all the things we do during the day that weigh us down and make us feel awful?
Yeah, well, there's a couple things. First of all, the upper trap area, the shoulder blade area, I see a lot of people that come in with shoulder pain, and it's from all the driving and the texting and the keyboard working that internally rotates our shoulders and then creates all this tension in our traps. So I can work on that for you. You come in, I can massage that, get all those knots out. I can find knots you didn't even know were there, and that helps to bring the shoulders back and relax everything. Yes.
It's so hard to remember to do that
It
all
is.
the time
Pull your
because we're
shoulders
so
back.
used to looking down at our
Yep.
phones, and it feels kind of awkward to hold your phone like
Hold
this,
it up
but
at eye level.
it is better for you, right?
It is to keep your neck straight and not looking down.
You gotta do the double
100%.
chin.
Yeah, I know. You just think no double chin.
Goodness. So when people come to you, what are some of the ailments that they typically complain about? Because I know that some of these tight muscles can cause other things too.
Yeah, absolutely. Headaches are a big one. So the tight muscles in the upper trap, the neck area, causes a lot of headaches. We've got the SCM muscles that run from behind the ears down, and we use those all the time to rotate our necks. When they get tight, it can cause migraines. I do a lot of neck work, especially on this SCM muscle. Lower back pain, you know, the piriformis that sits under the glutes can cause lower back pain, sciatic nerve pain. So those are the main things that I see in my practice.
And what are some of the general benefits of massage?
Relaxation, lymphatic flow. So you want to break up all the toxins that are in your body And then drinking water after the massage, that's why it's so important, because it just gets all that crap out of your body, and so it doesn't resettle and create new problems.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, good morning and thanks so much for joining us today again on Living Local Carolina. Today I am joined in studio by Michelle Gerald. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
All right, you are the founder of SIS. What does SIS stand for?
Sisters Inspiring Sisters.
And what is SIS all about?
It is a big umbrella of things, but it's really focuses on helping the community, helping our youth and the women. We deal a lot with mental health. That's a big piece of it. The mental health part of it, we deal with the mind, body, and the soul. So trying to make people as whole as possible and being there as much as we can for whatever they need. Being that go-to for whatever it is that they need.
I was going to ask you what your passion was, but I know it's going to be hard for you to nail that one down after just talking to you for a little bit.
My passion is helping people. I have a love for people, and I didn't have the best life growing up, and I think that I'm in this space and I do the things that I do because I wanted to be the answer for the things that I needed to answer for, but I had nobody there for. So being the answer for people, being there to be the answer for whether they need clothing, whether they need food, whatever it is, you just need somebody to listen. SIS really is, and my passion is being that answer.
And these are things that might seem like very small, but they make a huge difference to somebody's life and their well-being. That's got to be rewarding on a daily basis for you to be able to see that and really pay it forward to people.
Yeah. It's very rewarding for me. I get joy out of seeing, putting a smile on someone's face. Even if people, when you do things, I do things a lot of times secretly so that people don't know that it's me that's doing it. Because it's not about my face being out there, it's just about making sure that that person gets what they need. So my joy is just knowing that they got what they needed and I made a difference in their life. It's very rewarding. And I would be untruthful to say that it doesn't bring me joy, because it does. It does.
So how can our viewers help you? I know you're doing things throughout the year, but what's going on right now that people can help you with?
Right now we are collecting coats, blankets, clothing, all sizes for men, women, and children.
And you also were telling me that you feed people experiencing homelessness on a weekly basis.
Yes, weekly you can ride by. I do this actually by my home.
Really?
So weekly you can ride by my home and you will see a table set out and it'll have all kinds of fruit, vegetables, sandwiches, and different things, breads, different things that they can take. And I'll usually just take some bags, grocery bags, because a lot of times people are embarrassed about this situation, and I never want to make anybody feel uncomfortable, because it's only by grace that it wasn't me. So I never want anybody to feel uncomfortable, so I don't stand out and monitor the table. I don't stand out and just point, you can only get this. I don't do that. So I'll put grocery bags on my mailbox, and the neighborhood knows now, so they come through, they get the grocery bag, basically shop, get whatever it is that they need or they want to carry them through the weekend, and then they just go about their business. And I do that every Friday in the afternoon. You can usually find the table out around between 4, and I leave it out there until actually everything is gone.
I love it.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like I could talk to you forever, but what are some other things very quickly that you think we need to know about SIS before we go?
You need to know that SIS focuses on mental health. It's very, very, very important. The mental health piece is important. We provide services like call center where you can just call. You don't have to get, advice. If you just need somebody to listen, we're there just to listen. We do a scholarship because we reach out to the young ladies as well. So we do a scholarship every year, the CIS Merit Scholarship, Inspiration Merit Scholarship. We also do a women's retreat. It's the Heal Thyself Retreat, Healthy Self, healing from the inside out. We just do an umbrella of different things.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.